Hello, my name's Mark and welcome to RC Hacker. Now on the bench here I've got my latest airframe that I've built, and it's a quadcopter based on the TBS Discovery style and design, but it's a little bit wider, okay, well, quite a bit wider. That kind of happened by accident because I just sort of plonked the arms down on a bit of plywood to get the right shape, and it's just how it turned out. But hence it's a bit wider and probably a bit heavier. I'm going to call this the Fat Sheep. Now on the front I've got these are two C-size Energizer batteries. Now they weigh the same as my FPV gear, which is about 137 grams. I'm going to use the GoPro. I've got a 5.8 gig transmitter and filtered power, and I've got the Sony SuperHAD camera. But of course, from the first flights I don't want to do it with all the camera gear and radio gear on there, so I've whacked this on here just to simulate the weight on the front. Now on the back I've got a 3650 milliamp hour 3-cell battery, and the motors are DT750s. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with those. They're quite a popular motor. The ESCs are the F20As, Hobby King 20 amps F20As, which are quite good for flashing with the Simon K firmware. They're all N-type FETs on there, which makes them quite efficient. Now I've already flashed them and I can reflash them to change the direction. Now the heart of this beast, I've chosen to go with, let's focus there, the ArduPilot. Now this board is a work of art, made in the USA, and as you can see here, I've stuck on the here's the original case for it. I've stuck on the D4R2 FrSky receiver on there with the telemetry, and I've done that. I've got a, let's see if we can see that in there. I've got a 3-pin header. It's mounted at an angle, so that keeps this GPS plug free. There's an extra ground pin over here just to make it nice and strong so it all holds on. Yeah, excuse my terrible soldering, but that's all I can do with the low technology I've got here. And these two wires here, these are for the battery. These hook up via a trim pot, so I can send back my battery voltage via the telemetry. I've got the on-screen OSD gear to set up as well, but I'll be doing that at a later date. So, and this has got the GPS receiver and everything. This is a fully blown autopilot, probably one of the most advanced autopilots there. ATmega 2560, plenty of, probably the most amount of 8-bit processing you're going to get in a multi-rotor control board. And yeah, and there's plenty of pins on this, plenty of spare pins for future expansion. So yeah, that's the guts of it. I'll show underneath as well. This is my really pretty ugly wiring harness, but it's basically just house wiring, Chilean copper, good quality, and XT60 connectors on each motor and ESC combination. I've done this just for ease of testing, and yeah, it sort of made sense. I can unplug individual motors and test that they're all outputting the same power and stuff like that, because this is going to become somewhat of a test bed. Hence the extra width. I've got extra room for electronics and whatever else I want to put on here, lighting and things like that. So yeah, it's just a bit of a big beastie. And the only thing I can't decide on yet is which props to put on it. I've got 11 by 4.7s, these are quite big. And when I originally had my first quadcopter, I had the 10 by 4.7 versions of these. They're quite brittle, dirt cheap, but they flew really well. And I found they flew better than these, what are these? These are 10 by 4.5s. These are the current ones that are popular on Hobby King. they don't quite do as well as the other 10 by 4.7s I found. And I've also got a few 3-bladed props. I've got a 9 by 3 3-blade prop and 8 by 3 3-blade props. So I'll probably try a few different prop combinations on this thing, see how it all handles and stuff. But if anyone's got any suggestions, yeah, please drop me a line, and any other suggestions on this. It's another experimental A-frame, experimental frame. I've got plenty of room to cut out a bit of that plywood. It's fairly thick plywood, this. It's quite rigid, and I'm sure this will be able to withstand a bit of a few crashes and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, so I'd be keen to know your thoughts. I'll do some videos of the first flights and all that, and hopefully I'll have a whole series on this airframe. So yeah, introducing the Fat Sheep. So cheers, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.